Hello and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in any part of the world. This is Samuel and AutoCAD. Welcome you to Exam Online Academy. So I will be taking you through our AutoCAD tutorial for this video. Today we'll be looking at drawing rectangles with a rectangle tool. Using the rectangle tool to draw right angles. So without much ado, let me move directly to software. So this was our previous work. Before we go ahead to use the rectangle tool, I will actually show you how you can actually save your work after you've done your work. How do you save? Like now, you could just quickly scribble something on your screen. So when you are done and you want to save your work, what do? You go to File and you click on File. When you click on File, if you are saving for the first time, you're going to click on Save As. Then you can either save your drawing the way it is, or you create a folder and save to a folder. Okay. So what is a folder? A folder is just like an envelope where you'll be saving your work. So I want to create a folder on the desktop. But right now, the default point where my work is being saved is document. So I'm going to change it from document to desktop. So I come over here to the left-hand side. After document, the next thing I have is desktop. So I click on desktop. Okay. So I'll click on desktop now. I come over here. I put my cursor here. I right click. Then this window pops up. I locate new. I go to folder. So I want to create a new folder. So I create a new folder now. I'm going to give it a name. Let me call it test folder. Test folder. So I click after writing the name. The folder has been created. So I'm going to click on it to open it. I double click on it to open. It tells me that the folder is empty. Yes, it's empty. So I'm going to give my drawing a name. Let me call it rectangle. Rectangle. Yeah, that is a file name. I click on save. So my drawing has actually been saved right now. Okay. So what do I do now? These rectangles were actually drawn in our previous video using the line tool and the polyline tool. So today we'll make use of the rectangle tool. So I'm going to delete everything that is on this screen. I'm going to delete everything that is on this screen. So okay. So I've deleted everything that is on the screen. Okay. So right now I want to draw my rectangle using the rectangle tool. So along where I have the draw tools, I have line. The first one is line. The third one is polyline. Next one is polygon. The fifth one is rectangle. When I bring my cursor close, rectangle pops up. So I click on the tool. It tells me rectangle, specify first corner point, or chamfer, specify first corner point. So let me assume I want my corner point to start from here. I click here. That's my first corner point. Now it tells me to specify other corner points. If I'm freestyling, I don't have dimension in mind. is just for me to move my cursor upward to my desired location. When I get to my desired location, I'm going to click and the rectangle is drawn. So I go over this again. What do I? The first thing I do is that I click on rectangle. I am told to specify first corner point on my command line. What do I do? I click anywhere on my screen where I intend to start. I am told to specify other corner points. I move up to my other corner point. I move my mouse upward. I'm going to move my mouse upward towards that direction till I get to the other corner point and I click and my rectangle is drawn. Okay. This is in a scenario whereby I don't have a particular dimension in mind. But when I have dimension, when I have the length of the rectangle and the width, I'm not going to use this approach that I'm using right now. So I'm going to use a different approach. So I'm going to delete these rectangles right now and draw rectangles for which already I have the dimension. So same process. The first thing I do is that I want to draw a rectangle of length 100 and width 50. So what do? I go to rectangle tool. I click on rectangle tool. I am asked to specify first corner point. I specify the bottom left-hand corner here. I am asked to specify other corner points or area, dimensions, rotation. In this case now, since already I have the dimensions, that is the length and the width of the rectangle, I'm not going to specify the other corner point. Rather, I will come to this command window and click on dimension. So when my cursor changes to the shape of the hand, I'm going to click on dimensions. So I've already done that. On my command line, I am being asked to specify the length of the rectangle. The length of my rectangle is what? 100. So I type in 100. I press enter. Next, on my command line, I'm being asked to specify the width for my rectangle. The width is 50. So I type in 50. I type in 50. This is 50 right now. And I press enter. And my rectangle appears on the screen. But it doesn't end here. I have to click on the screen for it to stay. I left click on the screen for that rectangle to stay. If I don't left click, it will just be roaming around. So I'm going to repeat this again. So let me delete this. I click on it to select it. I come to erase. This is erase. Or I can press the delete button on my keyboard to erase it. So the first thing I do, I want to draw a rectangle of length 100 and width 70. What do? I click on rectangle tool. After clicking on rectangle tool, the next thing I do is it starts to specify first corner point. I click my lower left hand corner point. It starts to specify other corner point. But this time around, I have the dimension that I want to use. I have the length, I have the width, so I'm not going to specify other corner point. Rather, it said or area, dimensions, rotation. So I'm going to click on dimensions. Next, it's telling me to specify the length of the rectangle. The length is 100, so I type 100. I press enter. It starts to specify width. My width in this instance is 70. So I type 70, I press enter. And this is my rectangle here. It's flipping up or down. Now, if I keep it down, it's going to fall out of my draw area. So I'm going to keep it up. I'm going to flip it up. And for it to stay, I have to left click. If I don't left click, it will disappear. So I left click and it stays on my window. So this is how you can actually use the rectangle tool to draw your rectangles once you have the dimensions, you have the length of that rectangle and the width. So now, in our previous lesson, we actually used the line tool and the polyline to draw rectangles. So, and we look at the difference. We actually check the difference when we did that. So let's look at the similarity or the difference between the rectangle drawn with the polyline tool and line tool, and that drawn with the rectangle tool. So what do we do? Let's select this. I want to select this side. Selecting just this side, select the entire object. Let me deselect it. How do I deselect? I'm going to hold Shift key down. When I hold Shift, I click on it. It's on select. Or if I want to unselect it, I can press Escape key on my keyboard to deselect it. So if I select this side, I want to select this side now. I click on this side, it selects the entire object. So the rectangle drawn with the rectangle tool is just like the one drawn with the polyline tool. So that means that rectangles are actually drawn with polylines, not normal lines. Okay, rectangles are what? They are drawn with polylines and not normal lines. So we're going to save our work already. Since we've created a folder, we've created a name already. Or what do? I can press Ctrl S on my keyboard and the work is saved. Okay, so that's actually saves my work. So we've come to the end of our lesson for today. So please watch out for our next lesson, and please, I would like you to subscribe to my channel, like my video, drop your comments. If you have any questions, you can drop it in the comment section, and if you have any questions, you can WhatsApp me on my WhatsApp number, which is +234 803829 5185. I really appreciate you for how you've given us your time today. So please just practice. AutoCAD is all about practicing. So I'll be signing up for now. Bye.